So when you were interacting with the puzzle pieces in Serenity, it was supposed to mimic your interaction with the problem of climate change. And climate change is something that's all around us. Nobody can ignore climate change. Just like you couldn't ignore the installation if you were walking through the spa. You would see it no matter what. And so there were two options that you had when you saw this piece. You either walked by passively or you interacted with the puzzle. And that's the same for climate change. You can either walk by and ignore it, or you can make a positive change and you can interact with the problem at hand. And so we wanted to mimic that by rewarding, having some sort of reward or some sort of effect from a positive impact. So when you interacted with the puzzle and you put pieces down, that made a positive change in the environmental images that you saw. And those changes were very small, and they were designed not to be noticeable unless you looked at them at the beginning of the day and the end of the day and saw a drastic change.
So we took an image and we cut it up into pieces, and we built a puzzle that pieces could be velcroed onto, and then the type of interaction with the puzzle was determined by whether or not someone put a piece on the puzzle or didn't and just walked by. And we also had a series of images that were connected with the puzzle that changed depending on the type of interaction people had with the puzzle.
So we were making images based on nature that were going from positive scenes of nature to negative scenes of nature. We had a good beach scene going to a bad beach scene. We had like a field going to a desert, the degradation of a glacier, and also just moving from windmills to smokestacks. And then we also had, for the puzzle itself, we had just an image of Miller because we wanted to choose something that was recognizable and easy for people to just walk up to and know what goes where.
So one of the main focuses of my part in the project was to focus on finding a good place for the laser sensor that we're using. The laser sensor, we ended up building a frame for our puzzle first off, and then mounting the laser sensor at foot height right in front of the puzzle to detect when an actor walks into the field or out of the field, for the camera to check updates of whether a puzzle piece was placed or whether an actor just walked straight through and ignored the puzzle. And that'll allow us to count and understand and increment our video accordingly for the environment based on people passing the laser sensor.
So we just use a webcam that is pointed at the puzzle board, and the way it works is that it has a grid where each puzzle piece should be, and if it sees green pixels in that location, then we know that there isn't a puzzle piece there, since we painted green dots where each puzzle piece should be. And so that's how we read whether there are pieces or not, and then that is put through to some calculations that then determine how far along our environment image should be. And that also takes into account how many people have walked by the installation and ignored it, as well as how much time has gone by during the day. So the more people who walk by and ignore it, the worse the environment gets. The more time that goes on during the day, the worse the environment gets. But if people walk by and put puzzle pieces in, then the environment improves.
What did you think about the project? Yeah, it was great. It was fun. It was cool to see how those shapes move, and I put the piece on there.
I enjoyed it. I felt pretty dumb though because I couldn't find where my piece actually went. I had to shoot a little, but yeah, it's pretty sweet.
What do you think the images are about back there?
We definitely got some sort of energy theme, maybe. You got a little
Energy?
Thermal, you got some geothermal, you got some wind energy, maybe.
Okay. What did you guys think of placing a puzzle piece?
I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah?
Found it surprisingly easy, but I may have just lucked out.
I liked it. It was
Good?
fun.
Right.
I was a little overwhelmed because I thought I had to do all of the pieces.
Nice.
But you've
What do you think it's about? So when you place a piece, you saw that the images may have changed a little bit. So what do you think it's about?
What? No, I do.
Yeah?
I don't know. I think that's about
Teamwork? Oh, cool. Interesting.
Nice.